Hi, I'm Celia Schilling from Yacht Club Games.
Hey, this is James from Megacat Studios.
Hey, this is Matt, aka Stormageddon, from Reignite, Screen Snark, and the Fun and Games podcast.
This is Stephanie from the Boss Rush podcast and the Boss Rush Network.
Hey, this is Mark and Keon from Bunte Avond.
Hey, this is Sebastian with the ProNerdReport.com and the Single Player Experience podcast.
Hi, this is Chris.
Mike.
And Garrett from Daylight Basement Studio.
Hey, this is Todd Mitchell from Code Right Play.
Salutations, this is Mike Carroll from Stroll Art.
Hey, this is Jeff Moonen from Fun and Games Podcast.
Hey, this is Patrick from the Backlog Odyssey.
Hey, this is Rune from Runic Codes.
Hi, this is Andrew from Spalato Bros.
Hi everyone, Jill Grote here from the Indie Informer.
Hey, this is Brimstone, and you're listening to Roger Reichart on the Gamerheads Podcast.
And welcome to another episode of the Gamerheads Podcast. We're back after a long break. My name is Roger. Along with me are my co-host and very good friends. First off, we have... Wait, hold on. There it is.
That's me!
The CEO and president of Gamerheads. We have Phil.
Sipping the champagne and glad to be here tonight.
Woo! Yeah, it's party time. Now, here's the thing. When I was out, so I was gone for like 2 weeks. We weren't on air. Mike, marketing worked on a song for you. So we also have... Mike!
I'd be mad about this. Normally, I'd be mad.
I'd be a little whistle at the end. Isn't that great?
That's great, but you know what, though? I'd hang up right now. Normally, I would, but just hearing that music reminded me how much I love Clay Fighter.
Yeah,
and how much I love Doink the Clown.
And Animaniacs, it's kind of exactly.
And Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, so all those things. Marketing.
Don't try to turn this around like you did this as a favor.
I did. Marketing did research.
Who's marketing? I don't even have a job here.
It's Mark and marketing.
Yeah, Mark and marketing. Exactly.
I hate Mark.
He's got a funky bunch of people that work for him.
Well, welcome, guys, to the show. I'm so glad that we're back, right?
Oh, shit, what did I do?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I almost did just ended the entire call on accident. It's what I get for touching things.
There you go. Also, I would like to welcome our patrons, Jill and Matt. And you also can be part of our Patreon for as little as $3 a month. You can join and have your name read on the air and also be entered in for giveaways, monthly giveaways. So go out to the website patreon.com/gamerheads and you can sign up there. There's also a link in the show notes. I'd also like to welcome our listeners from South Africa because we are very popular there. So thank you so much for giving us a listen.
In South Africa?
No, I don't.
Wackhead Simpson.
Wackhead Simpson?
Yeah. Wackhead Simpson.
Who's Wackhead
I think he's like a morning show DJ.
Oh.
And he does prank phone calls. And I'm a big fan. I always like a good prank phone call, so I listen to some of his stuff. It's actually pretty funny. I'm being totally legitimate, too.
Okay, I believe you.
But speaking of giving things away, see, I'm interrupting you now. Speaking of giving things away, did you ever get a winner for that WrestleQuest code?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It was on Blue Sky. You're not on Blue Sky. I offered you to join Blue Sky.
You put it on Blue Sky? My code?
Yeah, they want it. They enjoyed it. They're saying this is a great game. They like it. They're playing it. They're playing it, Mike.
I'm gonna come up with a rap to go over the song.
You know what?
About how great Mike is.
You know what else? You know what else is awesome? Okay, I'm just gonna give this one little piece of news, then I'm done. Did you hear what's coming back?
The Animaniacs?
Not the Animaniacs. No, actually, Tiny Toons is, but actually that comes
Oh,
out.
yeah,
I think that
that's
comes
true.
out this week. New episode this week. But even better than that is here's what's coming back: is the Controller Throwers podcast.
What?
And, yeah. So this will be my last day.
Dude, you're stealing my gimmick. I was going to do that later.
It's
gonna be one. Is it gonna be one controller thrower?
It's just one controller thrower. Actually, two. I'll make my kid do it with me.
Do you need an investor?
So yeah, I need a CEO. I'll poach you. I'll poach you.
Here. Oh my god!
I'll give you whatever theme song you want.
Yes. Licensing be damned. It's not like enough people listen to this that we're gonna get fucking banned.
That's true.
Right. I'll give you the theme song to Perfect Strangers.
Oh my god!
Oh good.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Anyway, good to be back. I went to PAX this past weekend.
How was it?
Yeah, it was fun. Here I have like 29 write-ups at the finish. I did 2. I have like 27 more to go. That's a lot of write-ups. But I will say there wasn't one game that I played that I was like, well, I don't know about that game. Like every game I played, I was like, wow, this is really great. This is really so like I don't think I've ever experienced that before, like where I've played every game. Like I really liked every game I played. I did have to pick only 3 games to win the Best of PAX West, Gamerheads Best of PAX West. So I'd like to highlight those games now, if I may. May I?
What if we object?
Yeah, I don't know.
What happens then?
Nothing, probably. I just keep going, and I put you on mute. That's pretty much what will happen, yeah.
Can you mute me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you've never done it before?
Well, I mean, there's always a first for everything, I guess.
Huh, I'll be damned.
Yeah. So the first game I'll mention is called Mirthwood. It was pitched to me as Stardew Valley meets The Witcher. And it's like an open world RPG, all hand-drawn. And man, what a fantastic game. Like the character creation is really deep. You can pick like your background, whether it be a peasant or royalty or
call me that.
Like what? Peasant?
Nothing.
Oh.
Don't call me that.
And so you can pick between that. You can pick your background and then your occupation. And they have tons of occupations you can pick from. And each one of those things that you pick obviously drives like your stats that you have as well. And then you are set on a quest to go to this town. You follow this road. But as you go, you run into NPCs that you can talk to and greet. And there's so many different options you can talk to them about. You can talk about the weather. You can try to do small chat. You can ask about rumors if they heard rumors. And if you build enough like rapport with them, they'll tell you about rumors, which are quests. Then they give you side quests. It was really fantastic. Oh my gosh, I love that game so much. So that was one of the winners of the Gamerheads Best of PAX West. It was created by 2 people. And they started working on that 3 years ago, part-time, and now they're full-time working on it.
Nice. They give you a release date? Do you know when it's coming out?
Next year. They just said next year sometime.
Gotcha.
What was fun about that was, like I said, it's an open world game. So you can do anything. And I found like, I didn't even make it to the town. I found all these side quests because I was just talking to people and I found like little clues. And I heard the developers. I can
mute you guys too. Nope, I can't.
Yeah, you can't. Only I can do that. And I was playing and the developers, I heard them say, oh, look at that. He found that clue. And then I found like an outfit and your character changes outfit. It's really fantastic. And they only had like, because it was so popular, they had a timer on the demo. So it was like 5 minutes. You got to play for 5 minutes. And they came up to me and said, do you want to play some more? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay. So they reset the timer for me. It was amazing. It was so cool. Because I was so impressed with how much was there. And like, you know, a lot of times you go to these demos and it's just like really short, you know, like, oh, this is all we have really. But like there was a lot there and they just let me explore it. I could do anything. And it was amazing. Like it was such a great game. So that was one of the games. Another game that I thought was absolutely fantastic. Mike, this would be right up your alley. It's a Metroidvania. And it is Metroidvania meets Kirby. And I say Kirby. I don't know. They said that to me, but I wouldn't pitch. I mean, I get why they pitched it that way. Your character, it's all like, again, like animation. It looks like Saturday morning cartoon. It is fantastic. It's called Biomorph, and you run into enemies, and then you can, once you defeat them, you can actually become them. You can actually take over their become them, and you'll have to do that to get into certain areas. And what the developer told me was that there's several tiers. So the more of those enemies of that type that you kill, the more powerful you get, and the more like you morph and start learning new abilities with that character. But then, or the enemy also becomes more and more powerful. So like it's a risk and reward type thing. And if you decide just to like only do the bare minimum, that's up to you. But you won't get as cool powers as if you were to like continue to morph into them. Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous. That game was so absolutely beautiful and stunning. And I was just in love with the art style and the gameplay. The gameplay felt so good and so solid. And they were so kind too. It was such a cool game. And then last game is called Journey to Foundation. Yeah. So it's based on a book. And I felt really stupid because I didn't know this book, but it's Maxim Izov, I think his name is. He's the one that did iRobot, the book iRobot. He also wrote a book called Foundation, and it takes place in the future, and it's about this foundation, and it's like crumbling, and this one person like came up with like basically predicted the end of this foundation. And it's a series of books that ran during the 60s. And they basically took a time in that series, right, and wrote their own story on it. And what was really cool is in the book they talk about characters with certain like mystical powers, like mental powers, that they can do certain things, like they can zap people's minds and like drain them of energy, or they can read their minds. And they added that to the game, and it was so well done. And the other thing I didn't realize, like when I was playing this, and until afterwards, I was like, I don't think I've ever played a narrative-driven VR game like this before, because it had multiple choices of like branching dialogue as well, and being just immersed in this world, and the graphics were unbelievable. Like it was such a beautiful game. I was playing on the PSVR 2, which was interesting because I never played on a PSVR before, and I forgot that they're wired. Comfortable, like really comfortable. I will say that, like, okay, because I was like, oh, I wear glasses and I have a Quest, right? And it is like I had to put the glasses in, and then kind of like it's not very easy to wear glasses with the Quest. And they're like, oh yeah, that's not even an issue. And like, it was very, very comfortable, I will say. But I don't like the fact that it's wired because like I'm used to the Quest and I'm not wired, so I can walk around. And at one point I like was pushing this button and I hit the guy. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was very funny. But violence. Yeah, I know. But it was so cool. The game was so well, like you get pulled into the story because it's really well done. And I mean, I can briefly tell you the story here quick. You are a character that's like part of this empire, and the empire, this person that's in charge, her daughter went missing. She got kidnapped. Turns out she wasn't kidnapped. She defected to the other side, and then you were sent out to go get her. Now you brought her back. And the mom's like, what the hell? And she's like, I didn't get kidnapped. I defected, Mom. Like, you need to listen to these people. And then you can, like when she walked in the room, I didn't realize this, but you can do like hand gestures, like as this royalty walks in, you're supposed to do these hand gestures. And then I didn't, because I didn't know, like I wouldn't realize it. And she was like, show some respect. It was cool. It was so cool, just even the little things like that. And then, yeah, you get attacked by these pirates basically. And then you have to defend, you have to basically get off the ship and help this person get off the ship. So well done. It was so cool. And like they had like a holographic map, and you could pick like where you want to go in the elevator, right? It was so cool. It was such a cool game. What was really neat about that is I showed you guys this. I printed off some 3D awards, right? That were just little plaques, like, and I painted them up. And everybody was like super like ecstatic that they won these awards, these devs. And I did say to them, I'm like, I only have 3, so I played like 30 games here, and I only picked 3 winners, and yeah, they were super ecstatic. It was cool. It was a cool time. Food was really good. I got to go to an event called The Mix, which was really neat. So it was an after PAX event where they had food and they had DJs and they had all these indie games there. That was really cool. Got to meet. No, you guys weren't on. I met Below the Stone, the creator behind that, Mike Carroll. And he was there, so we talked, and then it was cool. He's like, "Do you have one of these?" He had this really cool 3D Below the Stone sign. He's like, "Did I ever give you one of these?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Here you go." It's like, "Oh, it's so cool." I got a bunch of swag, Mike.
I'm all about that swag.
I got a couple tote bags. I got a Tekken fanny pack. I got a t-shirt, a bunch of pins, a bunch of stickers, some game codes. I got some game codes too. They're like, 30XX. I interviewed them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they were super busy, and I was like, "Hey, can I just interview? But I would love to review the game." He's like, "Yep, here's a code." And he had a code on him, so I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." He was really nice, really sweet. Yeah, it was a really cool event. It was really fun.
Nice.
And that was PAX. Yeah. You guys have any
Sounds
questions?
busy.
For me? Yeah, it was very busy. I seriously, and I didn't. One thing I didn't realize. This is on me. There was 2 buildings, so sometimes I had to jump from building to building. And this was the really funny thing. I didn't realize there was a. Yeah, I was jumping. Like, it was crazy. They were like, "Holy crap, are you Spider-Man?" No, I was like running to building, and I didn't realize there was an entrance for media. I went in the regular security, which they made me dump my whole bag out and pack it all back in. And the last day, they're like, "You know, there's a media entrance, right?" And I was like, "What?" And sure enough, the media entrance was they just had a machine, you put your bag in, and that was it. It was like super easy. Yeah. And I was like, cool. I wish I would have known that about. I mean, and then I looked at my email and they did tell me, like, they did say there was a media entrance. I just didn't read it apparently. But it was fun. It was a cool time.
Nice.
Yeah. Ate a lot of really good food. Oh my God. Can I tell you one thing about food? Just one last thing I'll say here. Mm-hmm. The food, there was this one thing. I don't know how to even pronounce it. It was like a Eastern Europe restaurant. So I'm not going to even try to pronounce it, but the food was like a bread bowl, but think of like pizza dough, like really thick pizza dough. And then inside was half was egg. So it was like a breakfast thing. Half was egg, a scrambled egg or fried egg. And the other half, like, you get to pick. And I picked up beef stroganoff. It was amazing. Wow. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh my God, the bread was so super thick and delicious, like, you know, chewy and delicious. But it had like that. It felt like pizza crust. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, but like really good thick pizza crust. Mm-hmm. So good. Oh, I loved it, man. Yeah, and then I had some pho. And the bowl was huge. Oh my goodness. That was right next to our hotel. That was really awesome. I said I was going to say one last thing. One last thing I'll say, though. I didn't know this. I didn't believe it. So when we got to the hotel, there was a gumball machine, and it said, "Add to the gum wall." And I was like, that's not
I don't want to hear about this.
Phil, do you know about this?
I know all about the gum wall, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, that can't be real. My friend Sebastian, you guys met Sebastian when he was on the show. Mike did. Phil, you weren't on the show. And Sebastian and his wife were at the same hotel that I was at. And so we went down to the wharf, and he was like, "Do you want to see the gum wall?" I'm like, "I don't know if I want to." It was gross. It smelled like stale saliva and broken dreams. That's what it smelled like.
That's what this room smells like.
Yeah, it was so gross. And the gum, Mike, there was gum dripping. Yeah, it was like,
dude, I'm serious. No. I'm not kidding. I'm going to take my headphones off.
Okay, I'll stop talking.
This has nothing to do with video games. I got a thing about gum. Just so you know, I got a thing about.
I did not know that.
It makes me nauseous. That's okay.
Okay. I did not know that. So I won't talk anymore.
Just play
I'll send
my
you pictures.
music, and then we'll talk about something else.
So yeah, that was PAX. I'm sure I invited a couple of guests on in future shows, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about PAX at those moments too. But yeah, it was really cool. It was a fun event. And I'll say this, I felt very fortunate that we get to do stuff like this, and that, it's a privilege, right? That we get to do stuff like this, that we get to go to these events and review these games and meet with developers and stuff. But also I think it shows the fact we have been working really hard on the show. And I think that shows hey, we're legit. So it was cool. It was it revitalized me, I guess, too. So that was the other thing.
Getting some payoffs.
Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. All right. Well, then I guess the next thing I have is
fake news.
That's just fake.
That's right. It's our fake news segment. And in this segment, I have 5 articles.
Segment's fake.
Oh, all news fake. Yes, exactly. I have five. I have 5 headlines here, and then you have to tell me if it's real or if I'm lying through my teeth.
You're
so
lying.
I'll read you. That was not a lie. That was the truth. Sorry, Phil. You already lost a point.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right.
I forgot how this game goes.
So I'll start. Who did we start last? Mike, I think we started with you last time, I think.
Wait, does this mean when you say I've got one last thing to add, I can yell at your line and I get a point back because you've got at least 2 more after that?
Yes, yeah.
Roger,
but you missed your opportunity.
What you just said was true. You said it was true. What you just said was true.
Okay, Mike, you don't get any points for that.
It was true. No, but wait a second. If he said it was fake and he lost a point, if I said it was true,
you get a point. So you're already ahead. He's -1, you're a point. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like the White Sox. I haven't even played a game yet and I'm in last place.
That's
yeah.
Snap.
I'd be
Sorry,
angry.
Mike.
I'm angry, but not at you.
Wow.
Because you're just calling it out.
I'd be mad at the team too. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay.
So, all right. So the first article I have here, Phil, I'll start with you. Megan Fox plays a vampire Natara in Mortal Kombat 1. Is that a true headline, or am I making that up?
I know the name Megan Fox. I don't know the name Natara. I know what Mortal Kombat 1 is, so it's a 50-50 shot. I'm going to say it's fake news.
Mike, what do you think? Fake or real?
It's not what I think, it's what I know. Come on, who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah, I'm just going to say this is a loaded question.
Natara. Yeah, absolutely. It was Megan Fox, and I don't know why.
I don't either.
They did an interview with her, and she's like, and in the interview, as the promotional video, she's like, Mortal Kombat has been around since gaming has been around. And I'm just like,
oh no. I do have a quote from her. This is from Billboard.com. She talks about the character she's playing, and she says, quote, "She comes from this weird realm. She's a type of vampire creature. She's evil, but she's also good. She's trying to save her people." Okay, cool.
Which
Good job.
is true. Yeah, that's part of the plot. To be honest, what she's saying is true.
Yeah, she got it right. Yeah. It just sounded funny.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
She comes from this weird realm. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
She's a type of vampire creature.
Yeah, I think Natara. Natara was in Deadly Alliance, and then was in Armageddon, and we hadn't seen Natara since then. Actually, technically, Natara was in the Mortal Kombat movie that came out in 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did watch that movie.
Was that 2020? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
weird.
So she was in that movie.
Seems like a long time ago.
What should I know Megan Fox from? As I'm looking at a picture of her, she is not at all familiar.
Transformers.
Jennifer's Body. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. She was dating
the Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh yeah, the Ninja Turtle movies. Not the new one, but the middle ones with Michael Bay.
2018, something.
Yeah,
like that.
I never saw those.
Yeah,
that's probably for the best.
Yeah. She dated Machine Gun Kelly, I think, for a while.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
What was that, Mike?
She was in Mortal Kombat.
Natara was. Yeah.
Yeah, and Megan Fox. She
And
plays
now Megan
Natara.
Fox. Yeah.
Apparently, she has something
Not in the
called.
movie,
The news
though,
is
right?
true. The news is true.
Right,
No,
that's
she
true.
was not.
That's
No,
true.
she was not.
Yeah, she was in the movie. Yeah. Was that, Phil? What were you going to say?
Nothing important at all. I'm just looking at a Wikipedia page to see if she rings any bells, and it's not really there.
No. Okay. The next article I have here, Mike, this is going to go to you. Horizon Zero Dawn sequel unveiled. Horizon Eclipse promises even bigger world. Is that fake or is that real?
I'm going to say that's fake because I think you tricked me on it last time.
Did I say this last time too?
I don't know.
and I think it was fake
on
last
a
time, too.
Horizon. You
there
tricked
was a
me on a
Horizon question
Horizon
last
thing.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you say it's fake. Phil, what do you think? Is fake or real?
I'm going to say it's real, like I said last time, so I can be wrong again.
You are wrong again.
I know. That's what I said I was doing.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, it's that. I just made that one up. So, all right. The next one here.
I hope you ask us again next week, and we both.
I might. You never know. Like apparently, I only have like 5 fake ones, so who knows? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem gets a video game spin-off. Phil, is that real or is that fake?
What's Mutant Mayhem?
The cartoon that just came out.
Oh,
the movie.
The one that's
the movie
in movies?
The Seth Rogen one, yeah.
Well, I saw there was some kind of DLC for Shredder's Revenge, so it might as well be that. Sure, why not? It's true.
Okay. Mike?
So Phil is right and wrong at the same time. It is true. It's not DLC. The DLC for Shredder's Revenge is Karai and Usagi Yojimbo and some really cool skins for the characters, all the turtles and everything. But this is a wholly new game. They haven't showed anything about it. It's coming out next year.
Next year, yeah.
And they're going to do the same style of animation for the game.
Yeah. It takes place months after the events of the movie. And like you said, it's going to have the same kind of art styles from Outright Games. So there's no trailer yet, but they just announced it's coming out next year. There's that Last Ronin one, too, that's coming out, too, right? Isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah. So interesting. The next one, this one goes to Mike first. Valve's surprise announcement, Half-Life 3 confirmed, set to revolutionize VR gaming. Mike?
It couldn't be any more fake.
What is wrong with you, man? Even I know that's not
Half-Life,
true.
you're just messing with people now.
I know.
I wouldn't be able to get a Wi-Fi connection if they'd announced Half-Life 3.
You're right. It's fake. I made that one up. The last one I have here, that was Mike's Phil. Sources: Nintendo showed Switch 2 demos at Gamescom. Is that true or is that fake?
Oh, here we go. I can see the wheels turning. All right.
I know.
Oh, no,
Phil's going into his Rolodex of Switch insults.
There's
what am I going to pull out?
There's a lot of words that were right there, and I'm just going to stop with it. It's fake.
Okay, Mike?
It's true.
It is true. Yeah. Developers, this is from Eurogamer. Developer presentations for Switch 2 took place behind closed doors, as they understand it, and with partners to show the tech demos of how the system is designed to run. So yeah, it's apparently true, and apparently the rumors are that's going to come out next year.
So we don't know if it's true or not, but it's true that it's a rumor.
It's a true article, I guess. The headline.
It's a truma. It's not a truma.
It's not a truma.
That's right.
I gotta add that to the intro to this. Yeah. So anyway, Mike, you come out the winner. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You win. You
gotta play my victory music.
Oh yeah, your victory music. Here we go.
Yeah. I'm gonna run this thing into the ground.
Nice job, Mike.
Wait for it.
I love that whistle at the end. That's like my favorite part.
It is a sweet slide whistle.
I championed for that to be in there. They didn't want to put it in at first.
When you commissioned the piece?
I did, yeah.
You're like, all right, this is great, but it needs a slide whistle just to knock this entire thing out.
That's right.
I pulled some strings with my government contacts.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to games that we're currently playing. Mike, I'll start with you. What games are you currently playing?
Let's see. Phil, I'm going to defer the one game to you. So other than that, I've been playing Resident Evil 5 with the boy. Still enjoying that. Just as fun as it always was, although the going back to those tanky controls, the old school Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5 makes it a little bit harder to play. I've been playing, of course, some Fall Guys. I've been playing a lot more Tears of the Kingdom. I'm finally getting back into the story mode after spending hours and hours just running around doing stupid things. Now I'm doing stupid things that are related to the plot. And then I have been spending the most of my time with Dead Cells.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get the Castlevania one? Or did you get the Castlevania?
I got it on the Switch, but I've been playing Dead Cells on the Xbox because it's on Game Pass. So I didn't purchase the DLC for the Xbox yet. I'm just enjoying playing it on the Xbox more so than the Switch. For many reasons, and I'm really enjoying it. It's just keeps. I'll be honest though, I am starting to get a little tired of the same first 2 levels over and over again. But I'm unlocking new things and finding new stuff about the story and what happened to this island. So, it's definitely keeping my interest, which is quite the accomplishment considering my feelings on roguelites.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Mike, Phil, did you play this game? Did you play that game?
I played Dead Cells, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, we're good. I think I'm done. I think we're done here.
Okay.
No, that was it. Honestly, that's nothing. I didn't do anything really major. The bulk of my conversation will be when Phil starts talking.
Oh, so Phil, what have you been playing?
Let's see here. Well, today I started playing Fallout: A New Hope, and I'm about 4 hours into it.
Is that DLC for Fallout 4 or what?
No, it's what I call Starfield. Because it's Fallout in space.
That's actually very funny. Okay. You're 4 hours into it, did you say?
Yeah, I put 4 hours into it or so today.
Okay.
It's Fallout in space. I'm enjoying it so far. The gunplay is actually really tight. There's a lot going on in it. I was actually shocked at how tight the gunplay is. I was expecting it to be a lot looser than it is. The story exists. It's like any other game that I play where I only minimalistically pay attention to the story. You find an artifact, and then you get to go discover what the artifact's for, and you take a guy's ship, and you take off. It starts out playing an awful lot like, Red Faction, because you're mining materials inside of a cave, and then all hell breaks loose, and then you fight your way off, and now you start planet hopping. The flight net's handled really well. I don't think you can actually physically fly to places without it taking exorbitant amounts of times. I think you kind of have to warp there. I don't think you can just kind of gun it and go. Lockpicking is interesting. It's handled a little bit differently. I don't hate it, except for it doesn't seem to always have the right pieces parts. But that also just might be me being a moron. It looks really cool. I enjoy exploring the planet so far and like the atmosphere and scanning things, even though it seems very, very pointless. I'd like to say that I'm enthralled by it, but that's not at all factual. I'm kind of bored already by it, but I'm going to keep playing it because it's just one of those games. It's going to grab my attention and have me keep going and doing the things that I do. I'm sure everybody else in the entire world is playing Starfield right now too, so I'll just kind of stop right there for that.
Mike, is that the game you were going to talk about too?
No, sir.
Oh, can I jump in here then? I'll just jump in here real quick because I also been playing Starfield. I'm not quite as far as you. I've only played maybe an hour and a half or so. I agree with everything you said. Like, it felt like...
Where are you at so far?
I only made it to...
Just that first planet?
The first... Yeah, I mean, I didn't beat. I convinced the pirate captain not to follow me anymore. And then I made it to the next planet, which is... Well, I don't know. Whatever that
How heavily did you explore the first planet?
Not very.
Okay, because like I scoured that thing pretty hard. Like there's some ruins.
Did you really? That moon and stuff like that? That moon?
Yeah. Like there's there's an old abandoned like war base there, as well as like a I want to call it a geographic anomaly, but I don't think that's accurate. Where there's just a bunch of like different other things that you can harvest, and you can scan it and unlocks that on the map too. So I mean, I strolled around that planet for probably about an hour after I convinced the pirates not to attack anymore.
Wow, I should have. I just went on.
The abandoned military base is huge.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. The lab was pretty big too. The lab was pretty neat.
Yep.
I agree with the lockpicking. I actually had to look that up because I was like, I have no idea what the F do they want from me here. They didn't really explain it very well. And yeah, I agree. There's sometimes it feels like I didn't even have the right pieces. So like that was weird. The story is okay. I mean, it's not. It's like I the things I did like is the backgrounds. Like I picked a space scoundrel, but you could pick like somebody that follows a certain religion. Like so, yeah. The depth there is. It's. I mean, obviously, it's just similar to like I don't know, like Elder Scrolls or any other Bethesda game, right? So
it's Fallout: A New Hope or Elder Scrolls: A New Hope. It's Skyrim in fucking space.
Yeah. But I'm in the same boat you are. I mean, it wasn't like it didn't like wow me. It didn't. It wasn't bad.
As far as Bethesda games goes, we are still way early though. Like Bethesda games, I don't feel like you really feel like you have to understand the game until about 20 hours in.
That's true.
And that's coming from a guy that put 180 hours into Skyrim and 180 plus into all the Fallout games as well. Like,
yeah.
So I feel as though once like you get the groove, like you'll hit the groove, and then it'll be super. That I feel as though it'll be great. I mean, I haven't ran into any like game breaking bugs or anything yet, which is also something for a Bethesda game.
That's great. Yeah.
Question.
It's getting a lot of buzz. Yeah.
Okay. My question. Does this game have a lot of that micromanagement that Fallout does? Like, oh, I'm getting thirsty. Oh, I'm getting hungry.
So far,
I need to sleep. All that other stuff.
The only thing that I think that was more of the Fallout 76 than anything else. There has not been any kind of like radiation or anything like that. You do get like carbon monoxide poisoning if you overexert yourself in space or on planets, certain planets, I should say. But outside of that, like there's just the over encumbering, and then like just you can't sprint too far, otherwise you're gassed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, that's so far.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I'm not a big fan of that micromanagement stuff. Like stuff that you have to manage. Like it just to me, it just takes it away from.
Yep. If I wanted to pay attention to what I was eating or drinking, I'd just live.
Right.
Yeah. I will say the one thing I will say, like. It's not. I don't want to say like No Man's Sky is complicated, but there's not as much learning curve as No Man's Sky, and there's not for sure not Elite Dangerous. So I don't know if you guys ever played Elite Dangerous. I love Elite Dangerous, but the learning curve in that game is really big. Like you have to like fly your ship and actually land it like appropriately. Like here you don't. You just have to like hit a button and it lands, right? So.
Well, Bethesda's usually pretty good about that too, like holding your hand up until a certain point and then going like, all right, the world's your oyster.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's after we talk about the games we play, I do have a question about I want to ask you guys a question about the game.
Okay.
But I want to get through the games that we're playing first before we get to that discussion. But yeah, I just want to jump in there because I've been playing that too. So
no, you're all good.
What's the other game then?
I've been playing a lot of QuickTime Event Simulator.
QuickTime Event Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Until Dawn?
No, you play as a wrestler and you're working your way through everything. And there's it's hindered by nothing but QuickTime events the entire time. And then there's some reading, and then there's some collecting, and then there's more QuickTime events, and then those QuickTime events are followed with more QuickTime events, and then you walk to the next location, and then you do some QuickTime events. It's QuickTime Event Simulator.
That's true. Did you turn off the pinning? I turned off the pinning.
No, but I should. You can do that?
Yeah. You should, because that annoyed me. Because it just felt like there was a leg, and it felt like a leg. Like there was like I would hit it, and I was like, no, I know I hit it when it was green, but apparently it was a leg.
Turn it off. Be an asshole. What are you playing on?
Xbox.
Oh, I'm not having that problem on the Xbox.
No, wait. No, I'm not. I'm playing on the Switch.
Okay, because I'm not having that problem on the Xbox at all.
Yeah.
Like all of my inputs are pretty spot on, and there's no lag involved with the pin.
Okay.
Needless to say, I'm enjoying the story that's in it. I am actually having a good time with the game. But I was thinking like 2 weeks before this game came out that I don't miss QuickTime events, and then I started playing this, and the entire thing is QuickTime events, and I want to go back to not missing QuickTime events.
Did you So I'm at the point of the game where you are. I think it's with Brink Logan. I'm pretty sure. I think it's him. It could be the other. It could be Muchacho Man. I'm not sure.
On Sergeant Slaughter Island?
Yeah.
That's right. I'm on Sergeant Slaughter Island. I'm retrieving his bag of gimmicks.
Yeah, that where you have to split up into 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
That is driving me nuts. Like,
I didn't have that big of a problem with that, except some of the timing on the spotlights kind of sucked. There was one point in particular. There's actually only one that I kind of got stuck in, and I finally just hit it spot on. No pun intended. But that was a little too close to call, but there's a little bit of a challenge there, which is okay. I also don't care for the fact that if you, I'm going to say, die during the course of a match, you can't revive yourself unless you've got a special type of a thing. Like, you don't just come back after the match.
Yeah, like script. Isn't there like a script, change
it's like flip the script, change the script or whatever it is. I don't like the fact that I got to use that. And so then I'm just like fighting with just one person the entire time. Like, at least revive me with 2 health and let me like use duct tape on myself or whatever. I'm enjoying it for the most part, but like I said, just too many quick time events, and there's just that small little nitpick about the way that that's all being handled.
Yeah. Can I say something interesting about that real quick? Mike, did you play this yet or no?
No, sir, I have not.
Okay.
Oh, I know what game you're waiting for, Mike.
So, that game was supposed to release on August the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
And an hour before us, or like several hours before it was supposed to release, but after the embargo lifted, they like called it off because they found a bug, and they said, we're going to release this on August 22nd. The other thing that they did was they got a space on Kind of Funny Games, like a sponsored spot, and like brought in Jeff Jarrett to like talk at that sponsored spot. Like, boy, like how crazy that is, like the 11th hour, and they're like, whoa, right? And like had to change everything up. That's
when you find a bug that deletes saves, it makes sense.
Yeah,
like you can't,
for sure.
You can't push that out in the wild.
They made the right choice, but how crazy, right? Yeah, I'm enjoying the story. I wish I would have like realized that I need the mechanic like early, got that side quest early on, because I want the Road Warriors and I have none. I don't have any.
There's a chance you come back to that though too. I mean, if you stop and think about it, because like even as the Bret Hart ripoff,
Brink Logan.
Yeah, you can go back to like your original island that you were on. So I don't know if there's going to be a point where you can, go back and get Jimmy back, or if there's not going to be. Too early to tell.
Yeah, I like also that there is a morality system in it, so you can either be a heel or a face. So I agree though. The quick time event stuff is kind of like, like every move.
When Legend Dragoon did it back in 1999 or 2001 or whatever, it was super innovative because like all RPGs were just hit the button, sit back and wait, hit the button, sit back and wait. And so like RPGs bored me to tears at that point. Then Dragoon came around and like, it's like, oh man, this is awesome. This is the way it should be. It keeps me involved. But then every other game for the next 10 years had QuickTime events in it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm over QuickTime events. And I was over QuickTime events. And now I'm playing a game that's super QuickTime event heavy. And I get it, but it's just tedious.
Yeah. What's the game that you and Mike have been playing?
We played one night. We played a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, you did?
With my friend Adam.
Nice. And?
I think it's absolutely wonderful. I played it a small handful of times since then, including with Kyle and Carrington. Enjoying playing as both the family as well as the victims. It is the people that originally made the Friday the 13th game, right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. But it is way tighter than the Friday the 13th game is, a lot more polished and way less glitchy, and the intensity level of playing as the victims is pretty far up there, and the frustrations of not being able to kill them when you're playing as the family is up there as well. It's a 3 versus 4. When you're playing as the family, you got 3. When you're playing as the survivors, you get 4. You try not to make as much noise as humanly possible when you're playing as the survivors, because you'll alert Grandpa as well as the family. And when you're playing as the family, you're trying to give Grandpa some bloods. That way he can power up and help you find the survivors or the victims even faster. Everybody's got their own special and unique abilities that can be used that are all on a cooldown. Until you get a certain point with Grandpa, if I remember correctly, then the cooldown basically becomes non-existent on using your special abilities. I think it's a load of fun, and playing with a group of people makes it even that much more fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll jump in and say I had fun as well. I want to keep playing it some more as well. But I didn't get a chance to play as the survivors, just as the family, and I was totally fine with that.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun, especially when we're calling out to each other. We're like, hey, they're over here, they're over there.
Yeah. And it helped that we had my friend Adam with us too, who knew the game inside and outside because he's put a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
Not to say that it would have been less fun without him, but like without him, it kind of rhymes without him. Whatever. But to have like a tutorial in your ear as to how people play and like where things are and stuff was very, very beneficial, because that basement is nothing more than a maze.
Oh yeah.
Once you get out of there, everything's okay, but the basement's just a maze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also like that there's a lot more, there's a lot deeper like customization with your the characters, so like you can unlock different perks and all that other stuff, and it's a lot deeper than Friday the 13th. So I'm really enjoying the game, and like I said, I really want to play again, but I don't want to play by myself. This is definitely the kind of game you get a group of people together and play.
When we were playing the other night, I was looking to see if you were on or not, and I debated shooting you a message, but it was, I don't know, it was probably 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, there's a good chance Mike isn't even up yet. Or not up yet, but still up yet.
Cool.
Well,
you could even play it, Roger. It's not that scary.
It's not scary at all.
It gets a little intense when you're playing as the victims, but it's not scary.
Okay. Yeah, I'd give it a shot with you guys, so that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. We could even just play the three of us as the family and go out and try to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You can pick what like faction you want to play with and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't just randomly throw you into things. And if you go in as a party, you can just send your entire party in. Playing with Leatherface is a little bit clunky, but it's kind of exciting at the same time, because when you actually get a hold of somebody, it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play the family with you guys. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Phil?
Probably, I don't know. It's been 3 weeks, but I had even almost spaced out the fact that I'd played a bunch of Texas Chainsaw Massacre over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to quit talking for the rest of the show.
Wow. Nah, that's not true.
Which takes us to our next segment.
Yeah. I just want to.
It's your turn.
Yeah. One other thing. One other game I'll just mention here. Like, when I went to, there's some games I'm playing I can't talk about yet because because I'm reviewing them. But there is a game that I can talk about. I did play a lot of Vampire Survivors when I was in Seattle. And so much so that when I was going to sleep, I would see little blue gems like collecting. Like I would start having
effect going?
Yeah, Tetris effects going. I really love Vampire Survivors. That game is so fun, and it's such a great game to play on the go. Like what a and you asked me last time we talked, you said, how is it on handheld? It was fine.
Nice.
Because that's what I played it on, like, obviously, because I didn't bring
the dock.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It's really cool. I mean, it's an addicting game. I can't put it down. It's so fun. So all right, well then, yeah, that does actually lead us to our last segment.
Tales from the eShop.
I don't know. I feel like I have to turn down that laughing. Tune, like bring it back a little.
Dial it back a tad.
Yeah.
The thing is, with the Tales from the eShop, we haven't been giving Phil a whole lot of terrible games lately.
No, we really haven't.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
We need to match that theme song to Tales from the eShop, because now we're giving them layups right here.
Yeah, we really are. Oh, so last week, well, I don't know, Mike. This game might have gave him some problems. It gave you problems.
2 weeks ago, I played Hentai: The Definitive World of Definitive Edition.
That's true. That's a good point.
But that game was hot.
Man, that game still hurts my brain when I think about it. Like, I booted up the Switch the other day, and it was sitting there on the home screen, like, shit, I hope Rachel's in the bathroom. Delete. Like, she knows what kind of a weirdo that I am, but she doesn't need to know that I'm that kind of a weirdo. Jeez.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So the game was Legend Bowl, right? Legends Bowl? Was it Legends Bowl or Legend Bowl?
There was a demo of Legend Bowl on the Switch.
Yeah.
Which is like it's like kind of like a modern Tecmo Bowl almost.
Yep.
So do we have a demo for this? Or we'd have a description, Mike? Is there a description for this game? I don't even remember.
I never gave a description. It's a football game.
Yeah, it's a football game. I think it was created by one of the developers that worked on the original Madden game, if I'm not mistaken.
By Mr. Tecmo?
Yes, by Mr. Tecmo himself. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a retro style football game. Obviously, it's not licensed, so it has fake teams and fake names. Phil, what did you think of the demo? Like, how much did you get to play of the demo? Like, how much did they allow you to play, I guess?
So in the demo, there's only 2 teams.
Okay.
You can play an exhibition match or do a scrimmage where you just kind of get the controls down. And in order to play the exhibition match, it kind of automatically kicks you into the scrimmage so you can learn the controls. Where there's a whole lot of talking from the coach, and I kind of got a few small chuckles out of the learning the controls, because he's like, I'm going to teach this to you like you're playing a video game, because that's what you damn kids do these days.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty amusing. So then you learn how to play the 3 major different positions, at which point I got to play the game itself, and there was a lot going on in this game that I wanted to like, and it didn't quite pull off the execution the way that I would have hoped. The ticker at the bottom that shows off stats, I think, is pretty neat. I enjoy that aspect of it. I like the fact that it kind of gives you like a blurb up at the top of the screen of like what the last play recap was. Like, it's almost done commentary style.
Mm-hmm.
But the downtime between plays is so long and such a slow time. And the play style itself is very, very slow. Like, you throw the ball up in the air and it feels like it's up there for 180 years and it's a 3-yard pass. If it was sped up a little bit, I think I'd enjoy the game a lot more than I did. I only played the 1 game's worth of it. The controls are pretty intuitive for the most part. I get where you're coming from, where you're saying with the holding down of the pass and things like that, because that goes really, really quick when you're trying to do that. And once I got the timing down, it was no big deal. But the slowness of the game made me remember, like, I know it sounds a terrible thing to say because I love baseball so much, but football bores the hell out of me, and because it's such a slow game where nothing happens. And this game just reiterated that entire thing to me.
Did you like the kicking? The kicking mechanic was the thing that also threw me off. What did you think of that?
Probably had the best luck with kicking mechanic over the passing mechanic, in all honesty. Like, I was better at kicking than I was at passing until I finally got in that groove with passing.
Yeah. Did you run into any issue? Because I know Mike has. Did you run into any bug breaking issue or game breaking bugs? That's what I was trying to say.
There were definitely bugs that were happening within the coding as I was playing, where it would, like I said, in between plays is a super long time. But every once in a while, like, there would be a transitional phase where it would be, and I'm not even exaggerating, a minute to a minute and a half before the next play would even kick up. But I didn't get any kind of like weird stuff like Mike had. No, there's just times that, like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay, play's over. And I'd sit there and just wait, and it just kind of like sat there and did absolutely nothing the entire time. And then all of a sudden kicked back in again.
I don't know if I've experienced that. I experienced what Mike experienced, though. Mike, you want to say your bug that you ran into?
Let me take a deep breath first.
Did you keep breathing for a second? I will also say that, like, the fact that it lets the ball bounce the entire time while teammates and the referee chase the ball around instead of cutting back to the game is part of what just makes it drag on and on and on. Like,
okay,
that I don't need to watch the ball bounce for 5 fucking yards. Like, okay, incomplete pass. Like, hit back to the line.
Yeah.
So I'll start off by saying, just so you know, Phil, you can tweak the settings so the game goes a lot faster.
I don't know if you can in the demo, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can in the main game, because I loved the demo, and I purchased the main game.
Okay.
Get that censor button ready.
Oh, wow.
F this game. This game was fun. I loved the demo. It worked. I had a good time playing it. I kept playing it. And I enjoyed it so much I purchased it. When the other team goes to punt, there is a bug where they just dance around. You can pause the game, whatever, but you can't end the play. You can't do anything. You have to quit and you have to start over. It happened on at least half of the games I played.
That's crazy. I mean, it happened to me once. It happened to me once.
And I was trying to do franchise.
Yeah.
I put it on Twitter. I tagged them. I emailed them.
Yeah, did
radio
you hear
silence.
Anything?
No,
Nothing.
Radio silence from these people.
Did you tell them that you're part of the Gamerheads podcast? Did you say that?
No, I just
kidding. I'm just
kidding. When you post this on whatever social media, I want them to know, like, I hope they hear this. I really do. Like, I've never been so pissed off purchasing a game before. I think the last time I was this angry was when I rented Where's Waldo on the NES, and I was done, and I beat the game in 20 minutes, and I went back to I'm not joking, and then I went back to Mount Greenwood Records and Tapes and said, "Can I get my money back? This game is one of the worst I've ever played." And they're like, "No, you can swap it out for another game." So I'm like, "That's fine." That's how I feel about this game. A game that could be so good is ruined by terrible programming and awful customer service.
Because you reached out to them several times. Like I saw you on Twitter.
All I needed from them was we're aware of it. We're working on it.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Emails, Twitter, nothing. No response.
Nothing. That's crazy. Like, you know, and if people see tweets, like I'm surprised that they didn't get back to you, I guess. Oh,
no, because they already got my money. They don't care.
Yeah. I know you were like, I want a refund.
You know what's funny? I guess this really is like a football video game simulator because they're acting just like EA would. So do not purchase this game at least now.
Yeah.
If they fix the game, then sure. And if they fix the problems and it's playable, then yeah, I'd enjoy it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
But when I'm wasting my time playing these games because there's a bug that makes the game completely unplayable, I hope nobody ever gets. I hope nobody ever downloads it.
It's the exact same reason why WrestleQuest put off their shit. Like, they found a game-breaking bug that was deleting saves. Like, just delay it for 2 weeks, fix the problem, and go about your business. Nobody's going to gripe too hard.
Yeah, no
kidding.
kidding.
You'll get negative backlash for 2 days, and then everybody's going to forget about it, and then your game's going to drop, and everybody's going to be like, oh, this is wonderful, or I don't like this game because X next. Like I said, I would have had a much more enjoyable experience with the game if I'd have known that I could have sped it up, and or if I could speed it up on the demo. Like, the slowness of it is just what absolutely killed me.
Yeah. But you could definitely make it faster if you want. I could. I mean, if you want, I could probably like stream it or something and show you what I mean. As long as it doesn't, blow up my freaking house or something like that, because the game is so terribly programmed, and which is so frustrating too. Because at its I can see a good game going on in there.
Yeah.
I can see a good game, but. No, with terrible, there's just a game-breaking bug, and the fact that they are just not saying anything about it.
Can I ask questions about the game?
I'll just say one thing here, and then I'll let you ask questions, Phil. One thing I'll just say, though, like, I'm not saying this is an excuse, Mike, but, they might not have a marketing team, so I don't know. Maybe they don't have anybody
to... It's not marketing. It's not even marketing. I tagged the developer, and I tagged the guy who runs... The guy who's in charge. He put his name out there. He said, "I'm in charge of this. That's me." Like, it's not marketing, or it's not even the publisher. I went straight to the developer.
Yeah.
And I went on their website. I found an email address. I sent them an email. Nothing.
Did you anybody else, like, I haven't really paid attention. I don't know, maybe you haven't, or maybe you haven't. Anybody else posting issues, the same issues?
Yeah. I saw on Reddit that people are having this exact same problem, and it's a game-breaking bug.
And
so it's
did they
not
hear
just
anything?
me.
Did they say anything? Did they say they heard anything, or
they're
no?
They're not as mad as I am. No.
Okay.
And I even tried deleting the game and reinstalling it.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I mean, I ran into it too. Like, yeah, it was one of the first games, and the other team was punting, and it was just, I was gonna make a joke. I was like, well, that's because you picked Chicago, Mike. That's why. But
Chicago was one of the two teams available. I played with them.
You're talking about our extra point kicker. I'm talking about Cody Parkey.
No,
I would say Robbie Gould. Don't badmouth Robbie Gould.
Yeah, no,
Robbie Gould.
No. Oh no, I was gonna make fun of just the fact that. Never mind. Yeah, no, I ran into the same issue. Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad because, like, I agree. There's like a lot of really cool stuff.
I agree. It is too bad. Yeah,
because there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going on in this game.
I see a lot of good stuff happening, but when you ruin the game and then don't
not get
listen
back to you.
and not even just say, "Hey, we saw your tweet. We're working on it."
Yep.
Yeah.
It would have been a different conversation altogether. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
And I'd imagine they don't have millions of followers or anything like that where they're getting tweeted at continuously.
It's not like I'm sure it's not like it's not like Bethesda levels of interaction with their know what I mean? It's like they're not getting like, I'm sure like I'm the only one they saw that day. Not saying that they don't have a lot of followers. I'm just saying that like there's not a lot of people that tweet about this game.
Yeah, they're just not getting the ads. People aren't just hitting them up with the ad all day long.
Yeah. So
no,
very frustrated. Very frustrated.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I asked them for a refund too in the email.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, if you're not going to fix this, I want you to give me my money back. So because I purchased something that is broken, fundamentally broken, that I cannot play. So I would like my money back if you can't fix this.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. So needless to say, I'm a little miffed. But go ahead, ask away, Phil.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if you can edit the rosters when you're playing like in franchise mode, like the names of people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so it's like fully customizable.
You can edit the names of the team. You can edit the team's logo. Like you can't go in individual pixels and stuff. But I changed the Chicago team was like the Chicago Blues. I'm like, no, the St. Louis are the Blues, even though it's a different sport altogether. But they had a bear. For the team logo, so I switched it to the bear and I changed the outfit colors and everything. I called them the Chicago Grizzlies, just to keep it a little different. But you can, like, if you want to put in the time, you can make it all NFL.
See, that's very heartening, as well as the fact that like you can speed up the gameplay, both of which make me, I'd say, reconsider like my thoughts on the game. But after hearing your diatribe / tirade about like the brokenness of it, then like fuck it.
I also want to call out, this is on the Switch. I don't know if it's like this on the Xbox or PC or PS5 or not, but this is my experience on the Switch.
Yeah, I was playing on the Switch too, and I ran into.
And that was a tough decision. That was a tough decision for me. I was like, should I get it on the Switch or the Xbox? Ultimately, the portable mode is what won it for me.
Hey, I just went to their Twitter, and somebody posted on August 19th. Love the game. On Switch, I have encountered a game-breaking glitch during punts when opponents just spins and can't be tackled. Also, when opponents goes for 2, it is unsuccessful. The game just freezes in kicking the menu. I said the game. What? Like I said the game. I think the man said, like I said, I like the game, but wanted to bring those issues up to you. And they responded, the issue's been fixed and is coming in the current patch that's in the queue. But that was on August 19th. So.
That, as far as I know, it hasn't been fixed. So
yeah, well, I don't know. Who knows when those? I don't know what the queue is and what the hell works.
Right.
I'm not an expert in that.
So I'm going to continue being angry until it's fixed.
Okay, there you go.
I'll let you know when I'm no longer angry. Like you could have just replied.
Yeah. I mean that's all you asked for. So.
Yep.
Okay. Well. So we have 2 games for Phil. I guess
that's all right. Phil had to step away for a brief moment. So what I'll do is I will call out both games, and if Phil is not back by the time I finish, then Roger, you get to pick which game.
Ooh. Oh, that's amazing. That's a great idea.
Dr. Retro Stein.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Oh, hey.
Was being attacked by Retro Stein's monster.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you guys hear the door?
Yeah, I did hear it.
Yeah, that was I'm trying to come in.
Yeah. So, all right, Mike, we have 2 games for Phil.
Yes.
What's behind door number 1?
Door number 1 is another demo. Also, obviously, for the Switch. This game is called Gunbrella.
Ooh, I've heard of it.
Yes, Gunbrella is a gritty noir punk action adventure set in a world dependent on a rapidly diminishing natural resource. Fill the rain-soaked boots of a gruff woodsman on a quest for revenge, entering an unfamiliar town armed only with the titular Gunbrella, a high-caliber firearm that doubles as an umbrella. Your hard-nosed investigation soon becomes entangled with the inner workings of a creepy cabal of ghouls and gangsters, cops and cultists, and the fallout of corporate exploitation. Engage in thrilling side-scrolling action, making full use of the Gunbrella's unique maneuverability and close-quarters combat capabilities. The Gunbrella is more than just a weapon. Use it to glide, swing, dash, and dive around the world and discover seemingly unattainable secrets along the way. From a small town menaced by cult kidnappings to a junkyard fortress ruled by a ruthless trash gang, explore a diverse assortment of unusual locations and interrogate bizarre characters on your quest for answers. Keep track of your findings in your trusty notebook, and remember to retrace your steps. Salvage, scrap, and spare parts to trade for different munitions and upgrades for your impermeable arsenal. As your search deepens and you conjure increasingly ghastly agents of the supernatural, you'll need all the help you can get. That is Gunbrella. The demo is currently available. The game comes out on September 13th.
Game's not out yet?
Nope, it's just the demo. Comes out on September 13th, and if you pre-order the game right now, you also get Gato Roboto, which is a very cool Metroidvania.
You played that game, right?
I like Gato
Have you
Roboto.
played that game?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's made by the same people. Yeah, they were actually at PAX. I should have stopped and played. I didn't have time though.
Oh, don't worry, Roger. I'm sure if you email them, they get back to you.
They probably would actually.
It's out on the Xbox though, isn't it?
Is this a timed Switch
I think it might
exclusive?
be a timed.
Gunbrella's
Just
not
as
on the
Nintendo
Xbox?
Switch. No, I think it's just on the Switch.
I think it's a timed exclusive on the Switch.
How the hell would I
I'm
have
sure
heard
it
of
will be.
Well, it
You
was
can get it
part
on
of. They had a.
Yeah.
I'll be down.
They had a. Yeah, you can get it on Steam or a Switch. I'll be shocked if it doesn't come to Xbox at some point.
It will
but
eventually.
Yeah.
Timed exclusive.
I'm all in on this.
Yeah, just like Gato Roboto.
Just because I did enjoy
exactly.
Gato Roboto, I enjoyed that immensely, so I will gladly check out the demo of Gunbrella.
Yeah.
With a
It
smile
looks
on my
cool.
face until we'll see what happens. But it sounds
Cool.
very, very cool.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, we'll wait for your I guess your thoughts next week. Before we head out of here, why don't tell people how they can get a hold of us on social media? Mike, how can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at PezGuyMike.
Say just follow the Legends Bowl guys and see who else
just follow the
sending
Legends
them
Bowl
angry
because
tweets.
I'm trolling every single response they put or everything. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm vindictive, but I ain't that vindictive.
Yeah. Phil, how can people find you on social media?
You can find me on the social media at BeNow23.
And listeners, you can find me on Twitter at Nintendo Rounds. You can find the Gamerheads Podcast at Gamerheads Pod. You can also find us on Blue Sky at GamerheadsPodcast.com or Gamerheads Podcast. And then I was going to say, you can also go to our website at GamerheadsPodcast.com where you can listen to previous episodes. You can read articles. You can read my articles about all the games I played at PAX. I'll be posting all those there. I have a couple posted already, so go check that out. Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining us this week.
No problem.
And Phil, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thanks for having me.
And listeners, thank you so much for giving us a listen. If you like what you hear, leave us a review. We want to hear what you have to say about the show. Until next week, everyone, stay safe and game on. Bye.
See ya.
Take care.